Oh, how cool is this?
Super cool.
All right. I'm sitting here today with Alessandra. Alessandra has done manifestingmasterycourse.com, Dream Driven Day. She's in the year-long Remarkable program. And I just want to share a little bit about my relationship with her and explore her Dream Driven Day world with you. So let me ask you a question, Alessandra. How did you find out about us?
Well, this is beautiful because I was in another Neville Goddard group, and I think it was 2015. I had just discovered Neville, and I had found another group, and I'd been there for maybe it was 2015, and I'd been there for a while, and I wasn't happy with it. And in the process, I made some friends. And one of my dear friends, and I'm sure she will be delighted if I say her name, Sherry. She was like, Alessandra, you have to go to 20's group. He is the best. And it took me a while because I was concerned about having another guru type experience. But I finally moved and got there, and because she knew me, and she knew how I am, and my love for Neville and for how I express myself. And she's like, you have to meet 20 and you're going to love him. And so I did. And I was like, wow, you're right. And it's so fun because she and I are not always in contact. However, the last couple of weeks we have been. So it's really fun that I get to give her a shout out on this call.
Wow, I didn't know that. How cool. Well, which leads us to question number 2. Were you skeptical before you bought anything, dove into Manifesting Mastery, Triple D, and why?
Oh my goodness, yes. I totally was because I totally was. Um, I think, I'm very gung-ho when I'm passionate about something, and I really feel like, okay, I want to invest in this, but sometimes in the past I've been burned, like everyone has been burned. And so and, you know, and, oh, should I pay for this? Should I afford it? Or all that mishigas in the head. So it was like, I think I remember I'd been in the group a lot, and Sherry had encouraged me to do MM, and I was reluctant. And at the time I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for, I didn't know how this would work, but I remember what I did. I imagined sharing that I completed it in the group to imply that I did the course and then I bought the course and that I was doing well with the course. I remember that. I remember that I imagined having taken the course and sharing my wins as you suggested in the group. And that's what really nailed it for me. And I realized that was a superpower of mine. That's what I could do to imply, since as a performer, I love my audiences and I love their feedback and feeling that connection. So that was something that really helped me nail that. And I remember you saying putting skin in the game. So that really, and I think I just wanted more play with you, so it was just like, okay, this is what we're doing now.
I just love this. And yeah, I don't know if a lot of people may or may not know you're a professional opera singer and you are a singing coach. And I so am delighted by what you do. So yeah, I'm just going to ask about Triple D specifically. That's dreamdrivenday.com. What happened as a result of diving into Dream Driven Day?
So funny thing, during MM, so I did MM several times, and in the process of doing MM, I would share my wins with you, and I felt safe to share with you my journey, and you were always so supportive and encouraging, and just to imagine you're like, yes, or that's it, or these little different ways of how you encourage your people to explore. So with all that, I started sharing with you about my love with my guy that was developing at the time. And it was so intimate because I think you were one of the first people I told, because you obviously know my guy, my love, my everything. Then at the time we were just corresponding, and I was in Berlin and he was in California, and he had done Triple D, and a lot of other of my friends in the LOA group had done Triple D. And I was kind of like, what the heck? I didn't understand what it was. And I knew that, you know, it was one of your products and and people were raving about it. There were a lot of things at that time that I wanted to shift. And one of those things was I wanted to be with my guy. And so, Grant and I love to do, when I was in Berlin, I would reach out to him and before we got together, before I realized that he was my love, I would reach out to him and want to explore this stuff with him and ask him questions, since he was a well-versed, brilliant manifester and knew your language. And at the time I would say, oh, Grant is my 20 translator. But I didn't understand what you were saying. I would ask Grant and be like, oh, what is he like? What is that? And so we decided to do that together. And while he was in California and I was in Berlin, gosh, it seems like ages ago now. I'm like relocating that memory. And we started to do Triple D, and it was really fun because it was the first time that I even told him on a call in front of everybody that I loved him. And it was so intimate, and it was just so special to share that journey with him as well as the other members in the group. I remember that first Triple D, the lessons, I remember telling you, 20, I was like, are you on crack? Like, what is this? Because the lessons were so fast and there was so much. But I just, you encourage us to take one bit at a time and really expand on that one bit. And you didn't have to get everything, because you really, as you wanted to, you designed the course. So it's a constant evolutionary process of expansion and awareness. So the first time I did Triple D, the calls are always amazing. And that was I had so many aha moments on just listening even to the calls before Triple D started. You know, the calls that were like, here are some calls from previous Triple Ds, listen to them, and just hearing those, fed my soul, fed my being before I even started the course. And then it just really fed me. And then should I keep talking? I can keep going and going.
Hey, what? That's fabulous. Let me ask you a question. So since then, you've moved around the world.
Yes.
You've come together with your fellow.
Yes.
You've started another business.
Yes.
Beautiful. In other words, you're living more dream-driven days than distraction and dread-driven days.
Yes.
Beauty. I got one more question for you.
Sure.
Who would you recommend me or my products to, the courses to? Who would you recommend take them?
Oh, everyone. I have my sisters in mind. I think anyone that wants to have any change, with who's hungry to know who they are. People who, just everyone. But people who are really ready to take responsibility for their life and for their to know, sorry, I'm like all over the place. I'm just like everybody. Yeah, just everyone. I think I was really glad that I came to you when I did, because I do know that we all have perfect divine timing. my friend Sherry when I was in the other group, and she had left and we were both frustrated. And I wasn't ready. And she's like, that's okay. Divine timing. And I'm thankful I had some things under my belt when I met you, but it really doesn't matter. Like everyone's timing is perfect, and it's always now. So
thank you, Alessandra. That was gorgeous. I really appreciate the gift of this.
Thank you.
So
you're welcome. I'm so incredibly, profoundly grateful. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.